Welcome to this episode of RAPTR Adventures. This time out, we're going to dock fish. We're going to kayak fish in the wilderness area of the Keys of Florida. And we're going to go out on Sombrero Reef on a headboat. So there's plenty of action. Check out the Key West Airport under the wing of our jet. Hi, I'm Dave Klein. And wow, what a thrill it was to go from Key West and then rent a car and drive up to where I was staying for 4 days of this particular episode, and that is the Conch Key Fishing Lodge and Marina on Conch Key. This is the view from my room. The Pelican was there to greet me, and I was able to fish right off my dock, so I wanted to show you a little bit of dock fishing. And I mean, my second cast, I had a hit. Third cast, I had a hit and was able to bring the fish in. So check it out. Hey, goodness me. First thing in the morning. Oh, this is great. I mean, this is literally right outside my door. I saw the pelicans coming down and hitting the water, so I thought, well, let me try. And bingo. On a little fake minnow. So after my success at the dock in the morning, I got in the car and drove down to one of the wilderness keys and met my guide, Randy Morrow. Looking forward to an adventure. We hit it off right away. So I looked down in the seagrass here. That's where we're going to start our fishing today. And this is our guide for the day, Randy Morrow. And I thought I saw like a stick bait, like a lure there. You know, yep. I'm so used to finding that stuff, picking it up and sticking it in the tackle box. And then Randy said, no, that's not a lure. And then he told me what it is. And I thought you'd want to know too.
This is called a propagule, as in propagate, and it comes off the red mangrove tree, which are the trees you see here close to the water with the big spidery roots. Everything that tree needs to reproduce is already in here, and these float. And so this will float along for a long time until it comes to rest somewhere, usually on a mud bank somewhere, and the roots will start popping out of this brown end and start a new tree right there. So these things will be, usually twice a year, you'll see bunches of them like bananas hanging off the red mangroves. But that's how they reproduce.
And these are very important for the baby fish, the fry, right? They swim in and out of those mangrove roots, and then the bigger fish come in after that?
Absolutely. And there's a lot of crabs in there, a lot of snails in there, all kinds of things live in these roots and gives them a lot of shelter and cover. And a lot of the small snappers too. You'll see them if you snorkel around here. You'll see those guys up in the roots, so the sharks and other bigger things can't bother them.
Awesome. Okay, well, here's our kayaks. We're all rigged up. We got the reel set up. For me, I'm a right-hand retriever. Randy pointed out that most guys aren't. I just happen to be left-handed, so that's the way. Anyway, this is the wilderness we're at. We're on the Gulf side of Big Pine Key. And I think what Randy wants to do is go out after, what are you going after first?
Tarpon first, because that's usually better early in the morning like this. And then as we get a little more light and we can see on the flats, we'll get into some shallow 2 or 3 foot depth and look for fairly large lemon sharks. We'll probably set up a spot for bonefish as well. And then we're hoping with this guy here, we might see a big barracuda now and again. So we're ready. We got 6 rods. We're ready for a number of different species.
Okay, let's go give it a try.
All right.
So off we went across the Gulf of Mexico in our kayaks. He had a little 1 horsepower motor there to tether us together to get across bigger stretches of water. But when we got close to the mangroves on the remote islands, we paddled in stealth mode. And he did put me on a lot of tarpon. I hooked many of them, but couldn't land them. They were great. So you only get so many chances to throw on that fish, is what you're talking about.
Generally, yeah. At some point, they're either going to accidentally swim up to us and see the shadow of the boat and blow out, or you're gonna hit them in the face with the lure and they're not like that.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, we got a fish on. Randy says it's looked like a baby barracuda. Now you got good eyes, Randy, because I saw it jump once. And indeed, while I didn't have any luck landing the tarpon, I certainly did have luck after that, landing all kinds of species, and you'll see some of them here. Randy was right. He does have the good eyes, standing up there in his kayak like that with that amazing balance. Here we have a little barracuda. Check out the teeth on this little guy. What, he's about 10 inches long? Maybe 11. Anyway, I mean, you just don't want to stick your fingers in there getting that hook out. So let's put him back in and Say goodbye, Mr. Barracuda. And there he goes. So we found a stingray that's got the wing chewed off the side.
Yeah.
Big one too. And we think it's dead, just laying there.
I'm gonna try and lift it a little bit.
Okay.
I think it's dead. Oh boy, I can't seem to get.
He's sucked down there. They use that suction. I mean, he doesn't seem to appear to be moving. Yeah.
It's heavy.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No, I think that he has. I think that is an expired stingray.
Don't see that often, but sharks, particularly hammerhead sharks, will eat stingrays. They'll use that head of theirs to pin them to the bottom and chomp on the wings so they can't get away. I'm a little surprised that there's not more of that going, actually.
Yeah, really. Well, we just came out of that cove. There were all kinds of juvenile fish in there, tarpon.
Yeah.
And we're going to see if we can sneak up on some other ones. This is sneaky fishing. This
Yes.
is way stealthy. More stealthy than I'm used to. I make all kinds of noise when I'm out of it.
It's a combination of hunting and fishing.
Yeah, there you go. It looks like a little hermit or something.
Yeah, it's got a forked tail.
Forked tail.
So that's a mahara. Yeah. Pretty good size too.
Well, I mean, what a pull. So this is the guy we just reeled in. He hit on a little piece of shrimp. And man, he hit like a freight train. He just took off. Actually startled me. And so what do you call him?
Yellowfin mahara.
Yellowfin mahara.
And that's a pretty big one for those guys. They're usually a third that size.
Okay, well, we'll get a picture of him and let him go. The action became non-stop. One fish after the next, all kinds. I think it's a needlefish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is.
I have not caught a needlefish in a long time. Am I right? Look at that guy. Okay. All right. Little needlefish. The wonders of the sea. I'm telling you. Let's let him go. Come on, little niffies. Go ahead. Goodbye. Goodbye. So long. And there he goes. Well, he's not in a hurry to go anywhere. This guy's little but mighty. Yeah, it looks like a little pinfish, right?
Yeah.
Let's bring him closer.
Yep.
Yeah, a little pinfish. Now, that could be used as a bait fish in some circumstances, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. All right, Mr. Pinfish, we're going to let you go. During this first day, we also saw a lot of bonnethead sharks and lemon sharks. We tried to catch them, but we just were unable to hook up. But when I went home that night, I treated myself to a wonderful dinner at a local restaurant. Always take advantage of whatever they say the fresh catch is. I asked, and they told me it was hogfish. So there you see a hogfish, and that's what it looked like, prepared with Myers lemons, butter, capers. Oh my God, it was so great. Honestly, compliments to the chef. And of course, when you're going to have a meal like that and you're in the Keys, you have to finish up with some key lime pie. Now, having done all of that, I got a nice night's sleep and was ready for the next day, which the report said would be windy. Let me tell you about going out on a kayak and facing the wind and the current at the same time with my guide, Randy. It was quite the morning. You can hear the wind. You can see the waves. Some of those babies were 2-footers. Thank goodness for quick drying clothes because we were both soaked. We had the old saltwater shower before we reached the leeward side of the first wilderness key we were going to. But I'd say all in all, it was worth it. Thank goodness also for that little 1-horsepower motor. That thing did a yeoman's job of hauling us through that tide, current, and wind. Oh, that's the sound we want to hear.
All right, Dave. Rod man over there.
What do you think we have on here?
I think it's a bonnethead shark by the way it's acting.
Okay, question, if I get it in, what do we do?
We can take care of that. I'll walk you through it.
Okay.
You can actually handle them yourself.
The
this fish is nowhere near ready to come in. I just saw a little color out there.
There he goes. They're strong. So like we talked about before, Dave, it's kind of like a prize fight. He wins around, you win around.
And I'm trying, I don't want to touch the drag.
No, it's fine. It's good where it is.
I just don't want him to wrap around that mangrove there.
I don't think so. They're pretty good about staying out in the open. There he is. Look at that.
And there he was, and there he goes.
They're tough fighters. Bonnethead shark, relative of the hammerhead shark everyone's familiar with, but these don't get nearly that big. And their head has the oblong shape with the eyes out on the side.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But they,
I'm about done here on the line.
they're a little more rounded than a true hammer.
Does he have teeth?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a shark.
So I imagine you grab it by the tail.
No.
No, okay. Do tell.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through this, Dave.
Okay.
Like we were talking about yesterday, you don't want to reel down too close to the fish. You want to have a little more than a rod's length out of the tip. So you may want to go ahead and strip some line off your reel. The idea is you want to take all the pressure off the tip top if you can.
Right.
A little more off the reel. There you go. Now slowly lift the rod tip. That's a light rod, so don't get too crazy.
Okay.
Lift the rod tip, and what you're trying to do is get your hand on the leader about a foot above the fish.
Okay.
And then you'll have control of him. Keep the rod in your lap. Don't set it over to the side. That may take a few tries, but you'll get your hand on it there eventually. Yep, just keep swinging them around.
I'll just be patient. Come on, next time.
Gonna get him. That's now for a bonnethead, that is a pretty good size one. A lot of them are half that size. There you go. Now take the pressure off the rod tip.
He's not ready. Okay. Just gonna be patient with him. I wish I had my gloves. I forgot to bring my gloves. You know, it's always something.
Now leave his face in the water. Don't pull his face up yet.
Okay.
And yeah, work your way down a little closer.
Okay.
Now what you don't wrap that around your fingers.
Okay.
Yeah. Now what you want to do, Dave, is grab him right behind the head from the top and really firm. They're amazingly strong.
Right behind the head at the top.
At the top.
Okay, if you say so.
Not underneath. Right behind the head. There you go. Just like a loaf of bread.
All right. Now wait. Let me turn you so I...
Like that. Now you got it.
Oh!
Look at that, Dave. Feel how strong they are?
Oh, he's flexed, man. He's ripped.
I mean, they're like Olympic athletes.
He is ripped. Look at him.
That's a real nice size.
Mr. Bonnethead.
Really neat stuff.
Really neat. Beautiful fish.
I'm going to get a little closer, Dave.
Okay.
Get a better look at this guy.
I'm not going to even attempt to take that hook out of there.
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
Now don't move your left hand. Keep a hold of him that way.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, he's got a triple row of teeth in there.
Dave's doing surgery here. There it is. Very good.
Look at that. Put the tool back. I've learned the hard way. Put the tools back where they belong. Otherwise, you don't have a tool. Even though you're smart and have that on a tether. Okay.
There he is. Key's Bonnethead Shark.
All right.
There's Dave with a nice bonnethead shark. We're going to let this guy go.
What a beautiful face. I just want to look at him one more time. 3 rows of teeth on that bad boy. Like, I wouldn't want to have my finger in there. He could take your finger right off, I think.
I think so.
With that twisting thing. Okay, buddy. Thank you. Give the shark a little kiss. Oh, he was ready to go. No reviving him.
No.
Awesome.
Boy, the stories I've heard about sharks on boats, they're just, their endurance is amazing.
Yeah.
You think they're they're done.
Yeah.
And you pull them on the boat and they chew up the boat cushions and chew up everything. I mean, they're hard to kill.
They twist and like, oh my God, yeah. Great.
Great job, Dave.
Fantastic. Thanks, Randy. That rod tapped a little bit. Now you saw him, Randy, the guide here, saw that. Okay, that fish is going behind you. You better. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So many things going on at one time. Anyway, Randy saw him foraging around before he hooked up. Is he out there, right? He's not in that little mangrove.
I don't think so. No, he's out to your left.
Oh, look at him go.
Yeah.
Shaking his head. They're strong and they're fast. And I'm just letting him have the line when he wants it, right?
Right. And then gain some back when you can.
Dorsal fin out of the water. There's the jaw shot. Oh, what do you think?
I think he's got a little more left in him.
Okay.
Give him just give him a little more pressure down low to the side. Yeah, give him a good pull. See if he wants to take off again. Okay, you can give it a shot there, Dave, at landing this guy. Now, as you learn from the other one, they really like to get noisy next to the boat.
Yeah.
But they're better behaved if you keep their face in the water.
Okay.
Rather than lifting, you lift their face up and they will go berserk.
Gotcha.
That's true of all sharks,
He
really.
wants to go under the bow. You know, we're gonna let him do his circle thing.
Right. Up, see? Thought he had one more.
Whoa!
Wow.
You see him come right at you there?
Yeah.
He must have got your scent. By the way, the leader has been shortened. Oh, he's got some bite marks on his side there.
That can happen.
What would predate on him? Another shark.
Yeah, bigger lemon.
Okay. And we saw a lemon earlier.
Yeah, nice lemon cruised through here a while ago. Excellent, Dave. Good job. Now you see how those hooks, that style of hook,
Yep.
it's just great. Ends up right in the corner of the mouth, easy to deal with. Rarely do these guys swallow that thing. He does have bite marks on his back. Look at that.
Yeah, look, right there.
Yeah, right.
Oh, shit. Yeah, got it.
Nice recovery, Dave.
He smacked me in the face. He smacked me in the leg.
Now, right behind the head is the control spot. There you go.
Okay.
Yep, yeah.
So this is what I wanted to show you. Look at these bite marks here. He escaped, but somebody was after him.
Absolutely. They're really handsome little sharks.
Now, is this like most sharks? This is a female, right?
Yep.
Okay, because it doesn't have the claspers.
Right.
Okay, so we got a female here. I didn't look at the first one. I forgot to look. Oh, there's that. I just wish you folks could see those teeth up close. Look at those things.
Yeah.
They're little but sharp.
Yes. Not big teeth, but lots of them.
Okay. Okay. Right behind your head there. I'll show you this shark like this, and then we're gonna let him go.
Excellent.
And I'll be able to get a picture from that.
Okay.
All right. Are we out of the shadows?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, let's let him go.
Now you can just, with the tail, there you go.
Goodbye.
Nice
Not
job,
as
Dave.
aggressive as the first one, but fun nevertheless on the release.
Well, as you can hear throughout most of this video, it was a very, very windy day, but Randy, our guide, was very skilled at taking us to the leeward side of these islands. This is a grouping of islands called Knock 'em Down Key. And we just searching around, paddling around, looking for flats, looking for sharks, looking for little indentations in the mangroves where there might be some kind of fish in schools that we could cast to on site. It's just a fun thing being out there in the wilderness.
Here's a southern stingray sitting on the bottom there like they do. At some point he'll decide to get up and go. There he goes. Come around in front of you there, Dave.
Yeah, impressive. Whoa, look at him go. I feel like we're on Gilligan's Island or something.
These are called sea purslane, and when they get big and full like this, salty, but really good.
So somebody at one point on Bud Key, that's the name of this key, built some kind of a compound here. Oh, look, you can see remnants back there. Oh, it's really fun to explore stuff like that. And I mean, you can't get to it except by kayak or boat, and I don't think a regular boat's practical, right? Because it's too shallow.
Too shallow, yeah.
Coming across the bay. And so this is a saltwater pond, right?
It is.
Huh. So they built their own little Shangri-La back here. Look what I found, and he's home. Or he or she's home. Yeah, I saw it crawl back in there. Either that or a hermit crab or something crawled in there.
Well, this looks to me like it's probably a hermit crab.
Uh-huh.
Because this edge here is kind of broken up.
Yeah, and there's no enclosure valve.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's the operculum.
Yeah, thanks.
And so this tulip snail, the original snail that lived in this, is actually a meat eater, which is kind of unusual for a snail. And this is a serrated edge right here. Like I said, it's kind of broken up, but if you run your finger along here, it's like a serrated knife.
I see it. Yep.
And so they actually will get other small snails and run them back and forth across here to disable them.
What?
And eat them. Yeah.
Yeah, see that little hermit crab, his little antennas and a little claw sticking out there.
Yeah.
You can't see it in the film, but it's, believe me, he's in there.
And so after the snail expires, this does become home for hermit crabs. For
yeah, nice. I feel like it wasn't here when we came. I would have noticed it. So, yeah, we'll put him back and let him go on his way. Goodbye. So, you know, I have about 5 hours before my plane flies out of Key West back toward Philadelphia. And I looked it up. I found a half-day charter out to Sombrero Reef. Can't say no to that. It was like $69 plus tax or whatever, you know. Go out to the world's third largest barrier reef? Are you kidding me? Of course we're going to do that. So going to go out there from 8 a.m. till noon and see if we can catch any fish. Come along.
Let me tell you, I did not regret jumping on this charter at the last minute one bit. We went out of the harbor there, sailed through the Gulf a little bit, went under one of the bridges that connects the Keys and found ourselves out in the Atlantic Ocean. And next thing you know, we were hooked up with all kinds of species. It only took about a half an hour to get out there. The captain put us right on the reef and right on the fish. Up came the yellowtail snapper, as you can see right there. And there were a lot of us on the boat, and the idea was all the keeper fish, everybody on the boat would share. I wasn't interested in keeping any fish this day because I was just about to step on an airplane. As a matter of fact, I wisely took a change of clothes and changed in a nearby parking lot after I was done fishing today so I wouldn't subject everybody, there's a grunt, on the airplane to the wonderful aroma of fresh fish. I thought that was pretty courteous of me, actually. And there's another grunt coming up. I mean, folks, it was one fish after the next, and that is very exciting action for everybody on board. And we were doing some cast fishing, we were doing some drop shot fishing, and let's meet the captain.
Captain Todd Solman out of Marathon, Florida. We're on the Sombrero Reef, patch reef fishing. We're on the third largest barrier reef in the world, the only barrier reef in the United States. It's amazing fishing out here. Come on down and see us.
Wow, yeah. What kind of, we've been catching all kinds of species
Yeah,
today.
so we're catching yellowtail snapper, mutton snapper, lane snapper, mangrove snapper, grouper, porgies, grunts. It's the typical day out here on the water.
Fantastic. You want to put a plug in for your salmon service?
Oh, I also have a salmon service in the Great Lakes, Lake Michigan, out of South Haven, the port of South Haven. I'm up there in the summertime, May, June, July, and August. Get a hold of me. Reel and Hooks Charters.
Thanks,
Reel
Captain.
and Hooks Charters.
Thanks very much, Captain.
Pleasure having you on board.
Yeah, he was a great captain, and he was very serious and capable regarding putting us on fish. They call these things headboats because of the number of heads or the number of people that come aboard to fish. They also call them party boats, and as you can see, it really is a party atmosphere. They provide coolers so you can bring your own food and beverages, and they provide the bait and the rods and the reel and the tackle and the mate to help you in case you get a hook stuck or something like that. I mean, it's a party. It's what it's meant to be.
It's a little blue tang, I think. That's what that's called. Let's see. I snagged him on the uptake. He's upside down blue tang.
I called it a blue tang, more properly identified as a surgeon fish. They have a little scalpel-like thing that sticks out by their back fin. Gotta watch out for that because it could whack you. And while I was busy catching weird species like the surgeonfish, others were catching tremendous table fare like yellowtail snapper and other species. And the captain did divide them up. At the end of the day, you'll see that a little bit later on as they were cleaned on the dock. But man, what fabulous fishing. I have fond memories of spearfishing off Mayo Key Reef many years ago and bringing in some of these guys, the yellowtail snappers, for the boat. And we'd grill them up right there. And gosh, that was great eating in a wonderful environment. That's the kind of stuff that memories that last are made of. You never really know what you're going to pull up when you're fishing on a reef. And here was a fun one where the first mate of the boat was helping a young lad bring in a fish that was one of the nicer fighting fish of the day, and it's a fish called a blue runner. So let's watch him handle that blue runner.
And reel down. And then we're going to pick up, reel down. Yeah. There you go.
Hey, Alan.
You just got to take it really easy. Just light tackle. Big fish, light tackle. There it is. There it is.
Whoa.
Well, I can guarantee you when you have that much fishing action, the 4 hours on a half-day trip goes by mighty fast, and all too soon we had a bid fond farewell to Sombrero Reef, and we headed back to dock, and there were the pelicans waiting for us and our catch. Get a load of all these beautiful fish. Those fish were cleaned and shared among all of the fishermen who wanted to take some fish. Me personally, like I said, I was about to get on an airplane, so I didn't take any of these fish home, but I'm telling you, people had a great meal.
Well, I have to tell you, this episode was fun to film. I had the dock fishing at my motel room. I had the guided kayak fishing into the Keys wilderness, and that was great. I'm here at the Key West airport, but before I came here, as you saw, we were on that headboat, and the captain took us out on the wonderful Sombrero Reef. I had never fished on it before, and it was one fish after the next fish after the next fish. Great to see families on board having fun, small kids, older men and women having fun. Everybody had a great time. You can't not have fun when you're fishing in the Florida Keys. So I hope you enjoyed this adventure of RAPTR Adventures. And come and join us next time. Be sure to press the like button, and how about hitting that subscribe button, and then you can find out whenever we have a new episode. For RAPTR Adventures, this is Dave Klein, about to board the jet in Key West, And I'll say thank you, and we'll see you in the next episode.